Welcome back to another episode of my Ultimate Iron Man. Last time, it took quite a bit of time doing fletching and pest control. Cost us a lot of money. I think we're at least 55 mil in the hole from the start of last episode. And it took me like over a month and a half since my last video, but we did not come out with nothing. We got 99 fletching, so we never have to train that skill again. That's done. I did free up a space in the looting bag, which was just arrow shafts. So that also is a nice thing to be used for something a bit better than that. And with our time we spent at pest control, we managed to get to 90 prayer, which also gave us base 90s on the account. So we're doing pretty well right now. This time, as you can see, I am at Zaya rune crafting, which I've actually never done before, other than like I think you have to do it once for a diary, making bloods, although I could be mistaken. But I've certainly never like grinded it or done it here for a good period of time, and I've been doing it for a bit. You can say I've been doing soul runes because I'm already at 90 rune crafting, so that's when you unlock soul runes, and it is better XP an hour, so I've been told, than bloods. It's also pretty good money. I've been doing this for maybe 5 to 6 hours, somewhere in that ballpark, and you can see we've made just about 2 mil GP, so could be better, but for a pretty easy AFK in quotes, we'll say. I'll show you more here in a bit of how actually AFK it is. I don't think that's too bad. I am just about ready to try and but try and switch over to blood runes just to see what the difference is like in the two of them. Because basically, if you don't know, the general gist is here at Zaya, you mine your things here. In this, you have to mine the inventory of chunks, and then you run down to the dark altar, and then you have to imbue them and turn them into dark essence. And then you can take one inventory, you can chisel those into a stackable chunks item, and then you come back, get another full inventory, go back to the altar, imbue those, and then you run to whichever rune crafting altar you want to make them into, and that's when you actually get the rune crafting XP and the runes. And then they have to be in chunk form for you to get the runes. So like I said, you can break down the one inventory like this, but you have a limit. You can't just break two. I think it only has one full inventory's worth, so you can break down that, and then a couple more afterwards, and you have to break down the rest at the altar. It's not too bad. And then you rinse and repeat and do that. And souls are decent. It seems like it would be less than it is, because you have to get 2 full inventories, then you have to run all the way up here to the soul altar, and then run all the way back down here and do that. But I think I averaged out to about, yesterday was my longest session. I had probably like 3 hours straight, just a bit. I averaged out to about 36K an hour, somewhere there. You definitely can get, when I first started and I was super focused, I was getting, I think, like 42 KXP. So somewhere in that ballpark, depending on how focused you are or are not choosing to be, is the XP you can expect from here. I'm mainly looking for a new AFK-ish thing, mainly because the Elden Ring DLC comes out in 10 days, and I know at least for that weekend that's all I'm going to be doing. So if I have any way to maybe get even a little bit of passive XP, I will try and take that. So this is also a bit of an experiment, and also it's a way to train a skill that I still need to get up. But I do want to see how bloods are, because bloods look like they should be a little closer, because when you're done, you just come up here and then imbue them and then come right back. It's a lot less running. And I will say that with doing souls, and I'm not wearing full graceful, I am wearing the remnants of the eye set, so you get the bonus runes. If I am fully focused, it was pretty much zero downtime, you will run out of run energy at some point. There definitely is a sweet spot you can hit in the middle where if you don't manually break down your essence blocks, they work the same way, where you can click repeatedly and do them faster, or you can click once, and then if you're not moving, they will just break down one by one. But that doesn't work if you are moving, so that's why I usually will end up breaking them down on the run back from my first inventory. And then on the second inventory, I sometimes will just AFK in front of the altar and break them down then before offering them right up. And that's kind of where your run energy can recharge a little bit if you let them break themselves down or if you do it manually. So there definitely is a sweet spot you could find in there to keep your run energy at 100%. Or if all you care about is XP and not runes, then I would just recommend throwing on Full Graceful, and I think you'd be fine. Granted, I am 99 agility, but still, I think you'd be fine with Full Graceful for not really ever running out of run energy, which is nice because there is quite a bit of running in this activity. And also, I know there are ways you can, I know you can look up videos for, you can use certain plugins to, zoom the camera way out. And if you're one of those people that love to get your setups where you only have to, I think you can get away where you only have to click, 4 times per cycle, maybe 6 times per cycle for soul rune crafting if you have the camera way zoomed out and you can see all the agility shortcuts from whatever place you want to. I don't really care about that. I'm mostly just here for, I'm AFKing, but I'm never super AFK, I'm usually just watching YouTube or on my phone or something like that. So I don't mind having to click a couple times here or there to get where I need to go. I am hoping after we look at Bloods, and I want to spend at least a couple hours there to see what the XP is like. I am hoping to check out Tempoross too. I don't know why I say check out. We've been to Tempoross before, but I want to see what the XP is like for that. Mainly, I'm curious. I want to do a couple hours, and then pull all my rewards and see how much fishing XP we got, and then also how much cooking XP we get from the rewards themselves, and that'll give me a hopefully decent idea of what XP I could expect from there. But here, just to show off the thing with the breaking the essence blocks down, you can see you can let them go one by themselves, or you can go fast and break them all down on your own. Well, I'm reporting in that blood runes kind of suck. I ended up being about the same as souls, but I was under the assumption that you'd be able to run up this agility shortcut right here. So essentially, what you'd do is you'd mine, run down here, run back, run up, and it just would be much shorter overall. You cannot do that. The way they expect you to do it is to run all the way around here and then runecraft, and then you can only go down this rock climb. It's not two-way. It's only one way down from the altar. You can teleport to your house, which lets you recharge run if you have the stamina pool. And then if you go to the CIS ring, I think this is a couple seconds. I haven't done any legit testing, but it feels like it would be a couple seconds faster. Teleport real quick. You can teleport the same tick you do your runes, and then it's real quick to your house, and then it's just around here rather than having to run all the way here, marginally faster. But it's still a lot more running than I thought it would be. So definitely think I'm going to switch back to souls after this. This is probably my second going into third hour of doing this. It's 33-ish K an hour I think I was getting with my level of activity. So yeah, it's a little disheartening. I thought it would be a nice method, but again, I think the idea when they made it was you do bloods, and then once you get a level, you move on to souls. And I think a lot of people used to do bloods because they were just so expensive, even if they were slightly less XP an hour. Speaking of which, I'm curious how expensive blood runes are versus soul runes at the moment. So blood runes are still more expensive per rune than souls, but not by a ton. I think souls are higher because of the shadow. Just running up to get my first level of this grind. It's been a couple days since I started now, just kind of playing some days more than others. And I gotta say, I wish this was a little more AFK. I was expecting a bit more based on what people had said. 91 rune crafting. Double nature runes now. I know they just did an update recently where they added an agility shortcut. I think double nature runes is one of the better things you can do now as far as XP and money is concerned, but you need to have pure essence for that. And there are ways for us to get pure essence. It's probably not. It's going to be involved. You're going to have to add extra time doing other activities to get it. So not something that's high on my priority list right now. But this is AFK. It's not as you can't just totally like walk away and leave it for like a minute or two. It's, you know, you do have to kind of be around a little bit. But it's nice. I can feel myself already getting into a groove where I'm like, oh, I could do this for like a month. But even a month of this like wouldn't get me to 99, I don't think, at the pace I'm doing. So I'd like to do a little more, be a little more productive than that. So I think I'm going to be heading on to Tempoross here in a second, to see what that is like. And by a second, I probably mean like maybe tomorrow. Okay, finally all ready to transition into Tempoross here. Just wanted to check in. I got up to about 30k, just over 30k soul runes because I stayed for a little longer like I thought I would. Only like 2 days. It wasn't like a week. But we got 4.6 mil from selling all the soul runes we got, so that's pretty good. And then just to do a quick check-in, looks like we'll be about 35, almost, just under 35 mil once I deposit all of this in there. So we're still down like 25-ish mil, I think, maybe a little more since we started the night before 99 fletching. So not too bad. I mean, I think the only thing we really need money for anymore is construction, and I'm pretty sure I probably would have enough right now if I wanted to go for that. And I'm not planning on going for that. You know, I'm not gonna go for it tomorrow. It'll be a minute. As this game is ending here, I figured I should go over a couple things at Tempoross. So I've been doing just in mass worlds. I haven't been doing solos, although I think I'm going to change to solos pretty soon here. But I've just been going for mass worlds, and I'm going for what I believe is the most efficient way to just focus on XP. So I seem to be getting about 70-ish K XP an hour, a little more, a little less, depending on how full focused I am, you know. And I also think there is sometimes a little bit of like downtime right here. Like sometimes it's only 10 seconds, sometimes it's like 35 seconds between matches. So that definitely can add up after a couple matches. So I'm happy with that XP. It's pretty decent. But I will say I've never gotten more than 3. I would say I get like 2.5 permits on average per game. So that is not the greatest. I think there's probably a better like middle spot you can hit there, but honestly I'm just going to see what solos are like and hope that's better. As far as like inventory goes, I'm sure everyone knows there's tons of Tempoross guides out there if you want, but just things I hadn't known since the last time I did this. First of all, I went and finished off my barbarian training so I could do barehanding, because you can barehand these things, so you just don't even need a harpoon at all, and it's the exact same. If you have a dragon harpoon, that's going to be better, because you can boost, and I think it's also just a little bit better itself, you know, without the boost. But if you're just gonna be using a regular harpoon, just go to your barbarian harpoon or your barbarian fishing, because it's the exact same rate. You get a little passive strength XP if you need that, and also it's one less inventory space. And there's also a harpoon you can equip, but I actually have the Incomdo Hammer equipped right now, because that is. If you are AFKing or you just don't happen to see whenever a colossal wave blows in, you have a chance to lose your ropes, your buckets, or your hammers in your inventory. And if you have the Incomdo Hammer that's equipped, and I think the equipped harpoon too, equipped things can't be removed, because I think it only searches in your inventory to remove things. It doesn't look on your equipment. So I have that equipped, and then I'm barehanding with harpoons, so that frees up some inventory space. Just means more fish, slightly more XP, you know, per inventory per run, stuff like that. As far as immediate goals, I said I'm just kind of generally curious to see what XP rates are like. I would like to do a pool at some point to see how much cooking XP we get per permit. Do some math there, see how much we need to do. The short-term goal, though, is I would like to get the Spirit Angler outfit, which is the recolor you can get for the regular Angler outfit. If you need 4,800 Spirit Flakes, I think, something like that. And I did some math that I think is right. You have to take a lot of like averages, and then even averages of like, you have like a 1 in 4 chance per permit to get a Spirit Flake drops, and then Spirit Flake drops can be between like 32 and 64 or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to try and get to 400 total permits, pull them all at once, and then hopefully get enough for the outfit all in one go. I guess I could be, if you're anyone other than a UIM, like obviously you probably should be pulling your permits faster than that. It's not like the only bonus you get other than the regular angler outfit for the Spirit Angler is that you don't need a rope to tether to like the totem poles and stuff like that. You can just do it automatically, and that's the only difference. It has the exact same fishing XP bonus that the regular outfit does too. So there's not any reason for me as the UIM to upgrade piece by piece, you know. It's just a all or nothing kind of thing. But I just don't want to have to worry about if I pull them now, I'm going to get like you know, noted fish and stuff that are things I'd have to use, and I don't have any space in my looting bag. At least I don't think I do. Yeah, my looting bag's all full right now, so I don't exactly want to do that right now. But I'm hoping 400 will be enough, where that should be with average luck. That should get me enough spirit flakes, I think. I don't know. I've been known to do math incorrectly on this channel before. Good morning, gamers. He says it 6:15 in the evening. I apologize for my voice. I've been a little stuffed up lately. I just took an immunity shot though, so hopefully I should be feeling a little better here in a minute. Just doing a little bit of soloing. I mentioned I was going to start some. I haven't done a ton yesterday because it is now the morning after the release of the Elden Ring DLC, so I was up not crazy late. I feel like I had a pretty healthy, like, you know what, I'm gonna go to bed at like, you know, 8:30 in the morning yesterday, so that's been going good. I am definitely gonna play more of that, really enjoying it, but I wanted to, you know, it's this is a good like morning ritual thing for me. There's 94 fishing, especially when we have a level on the horizon like we did just now. I do like playing RuneScape like this. This is a pretty chill thing, so I don't mind coming back to do this and miss a little bit of Elden Ring time. It'll still be there afterwards. Solos are going pretty well. It definitely feels easier to get in a groove, although the method I was doing, which doesn't have a crystal harpoon, and I think like the best rates for solo you use the crystal harpoon, at least according to the wiki. But it was more AFK than solos. I was getting like a little over 70-ish K. No, I was getting like 78K, I think, or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to remember. Hopefully I'll do like another hour today and update that number on the screen right now about what I could realistically expect. But it definitely is like, it's this, like I was in a really good groove yesterday and I just got messed up today with like timing and stuff, and it is luck based a little bit. But basically the way it works is you do what you'd probably normally do at the start, which is, you know, fish at the double fishing spot, and then wait for the first colossal wave, and then go and load the cannons after that, and then maybe have to douse fires that come after you do that the first time. But then once you do that, I found I was in a groove yesterday where I was able to have loaded enough fish in the cannon, and then also get enough by the next time the next wave started that I would only ever get colossal waves. I would never get the fire event a second time in the way I was doing it yesterday. So that has not been the case today. This is the second time I've gotten the fire. I actually ran into a fire earlier, so that probably contributed a little bit to having to deal with them. But yes, when this doesn't normally happen, it is a pretty chill experience. This is not indicative of what it usually is. But I don't know, the permits are still, I don't think, an hour-wise, any better than they were before. They might even be slightly worse than they were when I was doing just like mass worlds, you know, just fishing. So I don't know, we're still doing pretty good. I don't know how many permits I have because this is my first game of the day. I think we're closing in on 300 though. So, you know, obviously I'm in no rush. We're going to go well past 400. Where I'm in no rush to do that, but being able to get rid of this rope would just be able to make things, you know, one more fish, little tiny bit more XP, just make the rotations go a little smoother, so I'm eager for that to happen. Good morning, gamers. It has been, I don't know how long it's been a second or two, but I've amassed a total of 402 reward points. Can I just start doing this? Okay, no, nobody look, everyone close your eyes for a second. So I have amassed 400 points from my adventures at Tempoross, and if I recall correctly, I think we are after 4,800 spirit flakes, which allow us to get the spirit angler outfit, which exact same XP bonus as a regular angler outfit. The only difference is that you don't need a rope to tether on to the stuff at Tempoross, so it just makes Tempoross a little better, like literally the littlest definition of little, but it is better, you know. You have one more inventory space, you know, it can add up. But anyway, yeah, it's been weird these last couple months because I still at this time haven't uploaded my last video. I'll get to it eventually. Don't worry. Even though you've already seen it if you're watching this one, hopefully. But yeah, I've just been distracted. Just finished the Elden Ring DLC a couple days ago. I had a really really good time. Even though I'm very mixed on the DLC. And look at that first collection log, Fish Barrel. Unfortunately, not really useful for us. I don't think. But it's still something to see. I forgot we get is these okay? No, these are oak planks, so those could be decent for mahogany homes or something. We're looking for the spirit have like the spirit flakes for the angler outfit, but also I am a little curious to see how much cooking XP we'll get from this because you can see all this fish we're getting is noted. So that should be some nice cooking XP because we are only 94 cooking. So this whole like that my general idea for coming to Tempoross is to get an idea of fish XP, cooking XP, which fishing XP is not as good as I remember. I think I'm just used to I haven't done Tempoross except in leagues for the last couple of years, so I think I'm kind of used to that, and it's still all right. You can definitely get more or less depending on how active you are, but I think you really need like the crystal harpoon and stuff to get the really really good XP rates, which I don't have, or you need to use like alts and stuff to have the game be started. And I don't care that much. But yeah, it's been good. I'm curious to see how much cooking XP we'll get from this because our only other options for cooking are, I guess technically we probably just do minnows and just cook a bunch of sharks. I don't know what XP an hour that would end up being like, as if you factor in the fishing, but it would still probably be pretty good. Or you could just do the Hosidius thing. I think you can get like 100k plus at that. Last I remember, the Hosidius cooking. In the mess hall, but that's like it's not super click intensive, but it's kind of like lots of dropping and picking up stuff, and it's kind of it's much more preferable for me to just get noted items and then just cook them at a range. So we're already I think we've already gotten fourth of the spirit flakes we need, and we still have 300 left. So I think we should very much hopefully hit our goal. But I'll check in with you guys once we're down to 0. Oh my golly gosh, live reaction. That is awesome. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I actually already have my pet. I have the heron. I've actually already recolored the great blue heron with the spirit flakes from before when I first came to Tempoross. But there we go. Tiny Tempor, where are you at, dude? Oh, I am not normally a fan of pets that are just the boss but smaller. But I feel like you don't actually see this version of Tempoross that much. Like you're not actually fighting. It's like God War's Dungeon. Like you're constantly just fighting this. You only see him like a little bit. So I actually do. I like this model a lot. I love like the little like water effect. It looks like he's coming out of the ground no matter where you're at. It doesn't like you don't have to be in water to make it look like it works. It's very cool. I like it a lot. So I'm very happy about that. I wasn't thinking about getting the pet at all. I know it's pretty rare. I'll put it on the screen right now. I mean I'm sure it's like 1 in 3K, 1 in 5K or something like that. Maybe it's even. Part of me thinks it's maybe even 1 in 8K, but obviously I'll make a fool of myself potentially with what it says on the screen. But yeah, that's awesome. So we got that. I actually don't know. Let me check what the collection log is looking like right now. I mean, I'm almost certain we're going to finish it with this, especially now that we just got that. I guess Tempoross counts as a boss technically, doesn't he? He does, yes. So other than the Full Spirit Angler, we just need Tome of Water. I thought I've gotten one before, but I guess not. Tackle Box. Oh, and then Dragon Harpoon, which I haven't gotten from anywhere before. So actually, we probably won't finish that because Dragon Harpoon is very rare. But hey, you never know. Literally just got the Tome of Water, and now, there we go. Stop the count. We just passed 48. I don't want to go too much further because I might be coming back to Tempoross, and I don't want to have more than I need. I'm trying to remember where I go now to recolor my angler. I think you have to talk to maybe this person. There we go. The Full Spirit Angler set. Look at us now. I like how that looks actually quite a bit better. It's very fun. You get to see your character's massive guns and like armband things that I have for some reason. And you also saw we got the Tome of Water there at the end too, so I can go ahead and do that and maybe as well wield it. We're almost certainly going to drop that like right away. Although there actually are some like water teleports that opens up and stuff like that. But no, I kept the Tome of Fire for way too long, and I'm not going to make the mistake with the Tome of Water, which is a much less useful item. But other than that, you see we got some bait, some feathers, nails, which I don't think we need really for anything, because construction we do wouldn't use nails. And then the fishing barrel, of course, seaweed, which I think just going to drop. I'm trying to think if there's any real use for that. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm just gonna get rid of it. I'm sure I could do like some crafting or something, but I don't care that much. And then the fish. This is the real meat and potatoes of what we got. So I'm gonna try and clear out as much of this as I can, and then I want to go cook all these right now and just see. I'll do some quick math here. It looks like we did 400, no, we did 360, 362. I think that's how math works, or maybe it's 358. It's one of those two. I'll do the math in my head later. And this is how much fish we got. So I'm curious what XP that will look like. Just coming in with the last little bit of manta rays I have here, the end of our food. So we're going to be just under 575,000 XP from 358 permits. Oh my god, Google, help me do some really quick math here. No, I gotta put the bigger number in first. 575 and some zeros divided by 358. So we're looking at like 1600 cooking XP per permit. Roughly, I would say it's a little less than that is what we got. But then if we're gonna use that number like going forward, I would say that's like maybe a decent idea, because obviously as our cooking level goes up, our burn rate will go down, because we do burn mantas and sea turtles. You still burn. Although I did learn, I have my cooking gloves on, which I was thinking they would help with those with manta rays and sea turtles. Apparently they don't. It's like everything above tuna, but then it stops at sharks is what they help with, apparently, according to the wiki. But the bigger thing I wanted to talk about was the cooking gauntlets. I thought, for some reason, I guess maybe I'm just like such an old school player, or I didn't, because I mean these are in old school though. I don't know why I had it in my head that there was never a point where you stopped burning sharks unless you had the cooking cape. That isn't true. If you have the cooking gauntlets, you stop burning sharks on a range at 94 cooking. So that was convenient. We could just go to the Myths Guild for the range in the bank that's right there, so we could just unnote, don't have to move, and just drop right there. A guy I was talking to him. He was picking up my sharks. He said he's already gotten like 300k worth of sharks. I think the people have dropped. He's just been sitting there going for 200 mil. So I'm glad that somebody could get some use from them. But I'm talking and forgetting where I wanted to go. I think I mentioned I didn't have any use for these nails or the planks, but I remembered something I'd seen a while ago. If we go to Port Sarim and then head on over to Port Piscarius, I think there's a method you can use of repairing. You could always have repaired the cranes here. I know there was a method for that, for getting favor for Karen, which doesn't exist anymore. That's right, they got rid of the Karen favor. But you can still repair the cranes somewhere. And I think, these two, the general method here is you would like repair this one, repair that one, and then hop worlds and keep doing that. So I've never tried it. I don't know what the XP rates are going to be like. I just know it uses nails and I think regular planks, but maybe oak planks. We're obviously going to have to run around and, do a little bit of banking. So it'll probably involve, like getting a full inventory and then doing these, running back up, doing that, rinse and repeat, all that stuff. But I don't have that many to get through. It's just an idea. Maybe some way to potentially use these planks. If it's really bad, I'll probably just drop them and get rid of them. But I am trying to think of ways to be, useful, resourceful with all the things I got from Tempoross. Okay, so this crane repairing method is actually kind of interesting. I won't say I love it, but I do like it. It's much more different than I thought. So the way it works is I've been down to my oak planks. I used all of my regular planks, but there's these cranes. There are a couple of them all over Pisk. I think if you have like a teleport method, I think most people tend to come to these ones down here for stuff like that. At least in the video I saw they were going to the ones down here, but I'm up here because I'm just running back and forth to a bank, so that's closer than that is to the bank. Although I don't know. Now I'm second guessing myself. It feels closer, and you can see the bank from over here, so sometimes you can like one click repair and then walk away. But basically, the way this method works is you repair these fishing cranes, and you can use any planks, from normal planks all the way up to mahogany planks. You can use whichever ones you want. You just need 3 of the same, and then you need nails too. Yeah, I think you need 9 nails for a successful to do it successfully. And you can also fail, and that's where it comes into it. It can be end up being a little more AFK than I was thinking it would be. In the video, maybe you can like tick manipulate or something, because in the video they would just like click, and they have another account click, and then you go over here and click, and then you just hop worlds and do that. So the XP an hour is not great. It's only like 45, 44k an hour or something like that. But what is good is the way it works is you use 3 planks to make one, and you get the way it works is the XP you get is you get whatever your current craft or construction XP is times 4. So 92 times 4. So for me, it's 368 construction XP, and then you get a little more. You get 372 crafting XP too. So if I go in here to look at my things, you can see 44, 44. We've gotten almost 80k for both in almost 2 hours we've been doing that. So I know, that's not, it's XP an hour wise it's nothing, it's pretty minimal, although it's not, nothing. It's better than shooting stars, but it's still kind of small. But it is by far the best use of XP per plank, if that's all you care about, which, for us is pretty good. It means less money. It is more time though. It's not as fast as doing mahogany homes or like, traditional construction or something like that, but it's pretty good, especially for normal planks. I think you only get like 29 XP, I think, normally. It's really low for normal planks, whereas in this method you end up getting like over 300 or over 100 per plank I'm getting right now. And then even oak planks, you only normally get 60 if you use them for construction. And again, you get it's the same XP per plank. So using higher tier planks doesn't actually give you more XP, which is the only downside of this method. But if you have normal planks or oak planks, I think it's a really good way to use them. As long as you don't mind spending some time here, it's the best bang for your buck per plank by far. So might be something I come back to in the future. You do need to buy nails. I did get some nails from Tempoross, but I did run out. Like I said, you need 9 nails per every 3 planks, but you also can fail, so it's good to have a little bit more that you need technically. You see I went a little overkill here at the end. But yeah, pretty cool method. And then after that, all we're going to have left is the caskets. And then I kept the feathers because I'm going to try some just AFK barb fishing just to see what the XP an hour is like. It's been a while since I've done that, but I probably am going to go back to Tempoross, before the end of the episode. Well, I took the time I always go to there's like the crowdsourced website you can go to that tells you the good tiers of Guthix worlds, and apparently it hasn't updated from the game update that was just yesterday, I guess, or maybe it was today, I don't know, because this is not what normally you want GGG BBB to do the best, but you can it's just like marginally better sometimes, and it's also always like luck too. You're never guaranteed to like do great. But it's throwing me off. Kind of unfortunate that I decided to end the video here. But that's going to be the end. This is actually a little weird because I have like at least 6 or 7 clips probably that I've recorded, thinking I would put them all in this episode, and then I was editing, and yeah, this is a long one. Oh my gosh, I messed up. I turned my sounds off too because this is a little annoying for you guys to hear in the background while I'm talking. This is not going to be a PB Tears of Guthix, that's for sure. Hey, but any XP is better than no XP. So yeah, what did we did a lot of, like, we started with rune crafting this episode. I forgot because some of these clips are still pretty old, so that was like a surprise to see that and be like, man, that was a while ago. I talked about the Elden Ring DLC in this video. It's been out for like 2 months now at this point. So the good thing is, I guess, is that we're caught up now, at least to real life. So that's like, on one hand, I would think that's good, but also now I have to record more clips and then play more too. So hopefully I feel like I am getting back into a swing of things. I definitely want to go back to Tempoross next video, like I said I would in this one. Spoiler alert, I haven't gone back in any of the clips I've recorded that you'll see next time, but I definitely want to. I want to finish off 99 fishing, and then have to do that at Tempoross, and then maybe move away for skilling for a minute or two. I mean, we're at a point now where it makes sense to skill some things. I kind of want to try construction at some point because they did just update the Imkamdu's hammer and Amy's saw. You can now swap to put in the offhand. So That's not huge. I mean, we could still do that beforehand, but we could do that. We can hold our axe, so it saves one extra inventory slot. Because when you're doing mahogany homes, like any extra plank could mean one more trip. Stuff like that. It's nice to have. But also, even more importantly, I don't think it's actually in the game yet. But I think, I'm pretty sure they I think what is in the game right now is that you no longer have to go through the construction menu when you're building. You just click, 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 and you'll always only build the one that you have planks for. So it should go a lot faster, a lot less tedious. Because I never like holding down like the buttons or something like that. I always just kind of click it one by one. It's just never super fun. So that'll be nice. And also, I don't think this is in the game yet, but I think they're planning on adding a way for you to automatically get another one of the last type of contract you took. So it'll, again, just little things to streamline the the process of doing mahogany homes. So that should be nice. It was already a pretty decent method, but this should be a nice thing to just make it super super brain dead and AFK. So that'll be exciting because we're at 92 construction. I would love to get to 99 just for the cape. We could start putting some other, finally to get rid of dust runes and start putting something else in the rune pouch. Although I feel like the rune pouch upgrade like a little bit devalued the construction cape for like UIMs, but it's still probably something that eventually is worth it to have. So you can always have like runes for casting spells or something like that. So I don't know. We'll see. That'll be something for the future. But for now, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Again, sorry for any like weirdness you might have felt in the last, and definitely weirdness that I felt these last two videos. Just was in a weird couple of months there for this account. But I've been playing some more. I've been having fun. And I didn't even say what I was gonna do. I want to try to check out some PVM. I think Araxor, I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced, is the new Spider Slayer boss that's coming out next week. And I actually want to. The last time we did Slayer, we got to 95, and it was like, hey, now that's time when you can start the Hydra grind. So I think I will probably start doing that, and then if we get Araxor, we'll get Araxor. I don't know. I wanted to look up like best block lists for Slayer and stuff for Hydra, but this is all stuff for the future. That's going to be maybe not even next time, but maybe like 2 videos we'll be doing some Slayer and stuff. Who knows? Either way, I hope I'll see you in that one, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye.